Hi everyone. So before we go into the video here, I just wanted to go over, I've got some stickers that I'd like to offer to y'all. If you look down in the video description, you'll see a little blurb I put there. If you click on that link, it'll take you to PayPal. You make a $10 donation and I'll mail you one of these stickers, okay? I'll show the sticker up here somewhere in the video, and they'll get mailed out. I'm going to be mailing once a week, so I'd appreciate it if you guys want to pick up these stickers and stick them up on your doors or your. I have a location where I put stickers inside one of my cabinet doors. Inside, I put stickers in there that I've collected from folks. So look in the description. It'll be in all future videos. That link down there. So thanks everybody that does decide to purchase one of the stickers, and let's jump into the video. Okay. Hi again, everyone. So I did end up having to go into town to fill up the tank for the diesel heater. I tried to run fuel line over and into the main tank on the truck, and I wasn't able to get it to work. I don't think I was able to get the line actually down in into the tank far enough. So we took this trip. It was a little over an hour. It was very slow going. This road right here that you're seeing, this is right out of the camp. It's hard packed sand with a lot of rocks, so a lot of uneven spots. So going very slow, between 0 and 5 miles an hour. And then the next road that we pull onto is a little more developed road. They actually grade it from time to time, and you can see where they've dropped stone in some areas to smooth it out. So up here at the parking area and where the pit toilets are, we pull onto that little more developed road. And then after that, we pull onto another dirt road that goes straight as a laser right out onto the paved road. And you'll see that there's dump trucks that are using that road. They were going farther on past where we turned, and I'm not sure what they're doing up there, but a lot of dump trucks. And that road is terribly washboarded, so you'd think once you get on that straight road you'd be able to ratchet up the speed, but those washboarding is just terrible, and it feels like every screw in the truck is going to come loose, so I go slow on that one also. And then once we got onto the paved road, nice, beautiful drive, beautiful scenery, until you have to come down off the mountain. And then you go from a 6% grade to a 7 and then to an 8%. So very steep. And I actually pulled off in the brake check area to let traffic clear. I didn't want a bunch of traffic behind me because I'm kind of the person that goes slow down hills. I'm not trying to barrel down it. And I didn't want a bunch of people riding up behind me getting upset. So while we're watching this video of the drive here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of the channel, a little bit about who I am, how did I end up posting videos for you guys to watch, and share a little bit of that information with y'all. I've had a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about this. So you guys know my name is David, and I decided about December of 2018 that I wanted to change what I was doing. I worked in manufacturing. I was a production manager for many years, some different industries. I started in the printing industry. I actually went to school and got a degree in visual communications, graphic arts, and printing, and I worked in the printing industry for over 20 years. I started as a workstation operator in pre-press department at printing companies, and moved into supervising those departments and then managing pre-press departments. And then I shifted into the plastics industry. I landed a position that was with a plastics company that produced wrappings for, like, when you buy a bundle of paper towels and it's wrapped in plastic that has like Bounty and everything printed on it. So I was at a company that was producing that kind of materials. So then from that position, I moved into the plastics injection mold industry. And then ultimately, I was in the automotive industry and managed a production department at a reputable company that manufactured and sold tool storage systems for vans. So like your cable guy, he drives around all day in a van, and he has toolboxes and reel holders and a ladder rack on top. So this company produced that equipment. So that position came to an abrupt end in December of 2018. The company was struggling pretty badly and decided that they had to make some real changes and cutbacks, and a lot of longtime employees were let go, and I was one of them. So it blindsided me. I'm going to say it was a successful position for me. I had a good salary and benefits, and so that came to an abrupt end in December of 2018. As a 54-year-old guy, had a lot of experience, knew I could land a new position, but honestly, the thought of starting over just really didn't appeal to me at that point in time. Now, normally in the past, I changed a lot of jobs. I climbed and climbed over the years from position to position with different companies, and I was like a professional job seeker. I knew how to get a job. I always had, good success with interviews and being offered positions, and so I was sure that I could go and land another job. But I felt like I just didn't want to anymore. I didn't want to start over and have to prove myself to a bunch of strangers. So I started looking at how I could make a change, and was it possible, financially, from a resource standpoint. I owned a house. I had a car that I drove every day. I had another classic car in the garage. I had 3 motorcycles. So, it was going to mean a lot of changes and clearing out of a lot of stuff. So I started, looking at what would it take financially for me to do this, and what would be the time frame if I decided to do it. So after looking at all that, obviously I decided that I could do it, and a part of that plan was landing another job to take me through the winter back in New York, because there was no way I was going to be building a vehicle in the dead of winter in my driveway. So I found my truck. I went and bought my truck in March of 2019. Landed a new job with the plan to only stay in that position until the weather broke, which is what I did. It was not my finest moment, but I just went into my business unit manager and said that my plans had changed, and that I was, going to be moving on, and that I appreciated the opportunity they'd given me, which I did. So I landed that position, bought my rig. As soon as the weather broke, I left that position and started building the truck and started shooting video. Now, I'd never shot video in this manner to post to YouTube. I used to post a lot of videos of my daughter's cheerleading competitions. That's a different animal than doing videos for in this context here. So I just started taking the camera with me in the driveway and in the truck and recording things that I was doing and talking a lot about ideas I had and planning and shooting video the whole time and just storing all that video up, because I didn't have the time to sit down and start editing videos and posting them to YouTube. My idea was that I would record all this information, and then when time allowed, I would start sitting down and putting these videos out on YouTube so that I could cover all of the things that I had recorded. I didn't record every single thing. There were some things that I did on the truck that I sure wish I had recorded. So, you know, I'm the first one to admit early on, some of my videos were pretty bad, especially the audio portion of it. You guys, you know, I've talked about this quite a bit. So my earlier videos, I was, you know, kind of getting my feet wet and figuring out how to do this. I wasn't great at it. So I have gotten better over time, I'd like to think, and learned how to use the different equipment that I have. And I've relied on feedback from a lot of you guys letting me know that the equipment, that the sound and the look of the videos was getting better. I appreciate that. So there is a group of you that have been just constant commenters. It really helped me to get some insight into watching these videos from the outside and not me. In the video right now that's playing, this is the steepest part. This is the 8% grade. You got an 8% grade and then a stop at the bottom. So I was a little bit stressful here. And of course, there was a guy right on my tail with a pickup truck and a real long trailer. So I just decided I've got to worry about myself. I'm not going to worry about this guy behind me. He shouldn't have come up on me like that. And so I did what I had to do to get down this hill feeling safe and secure and without hurting my truck also. So I hope that has given you some insight into, you know, why I'm out here doing what I'm doing. So like I mentioned, I was taking all of this footage that I had shot over the months of doing my truck. Now let me talk about that. I started working on my truck May 31st is the last day at my job. That's when I resigned my position. My house closed on July 31st. So I had 2 months that I took my truck from. It was a full-blown ambulance when I got it. It had the stripes and the stickers and lights and sirens and all of that when I got it. So starting like basically June 1st, I started working on the truck. And you know, I had purchased some equipment and some supplies already leading up to that time, and so I had like a stockpile of projects that I could start working on immediately. Started by cleaning the ambulance, basically top to bottom on the inside. My daughter helped with that quite a bit. When we started working in the back of the ambulance, you know, of course, my daughter makes the comment, "Oh, there's, you know, people have died back here," and I said, "Well, it's been some years since this was a working ambulance. The guy I bought it from, he had bought it from the firehouse that had it, and he was planning to turn the truck into like a mobile sign business. I guess he did signs, like printed out large banners and signs, and he was going to take the truck and have like a mobile business, take it to parades and fairs and things like that and try to drum up some business. But he ended up not doing anything with it. So it was in the same condition when he bought it, when I bought it from him. He didn't really do anything to it. He put a TV in the back because he said he used it for a few camping trips. But other than that, that's all he had done. He had put a TV mount, screwed it into the wall with some giant lag bolts, and so I took that down and scrapped it. But so we started cleaning the inside of it, and in the back, you know how they use syringes obviously in the medical field, and when the syringe is done, they put it into the sharps container, the plastic biohazard container that are then disposed of properly. Well, on the wall, right when you come in the door, on the side of the bench, there was a sharps container there, and it had syringes in it. So I suited up with gloves and everything and took the whole container off the wall, and then I took it over to a local volunteer fire department and asked them to please dispose of it for me, which they did. They thought it was pretty funny that that got left in the ambulance when it was sold. So that's kind of going to wrap it up for this video. I'm rambling on. I hope that that's given you guys some insight. If you have any questions about anything, you know, shoot me a comment or an email. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, please subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Everybody stay safe. Talk to you soon.